there, this is Diane, one of 5 awesome optimists. I would like to talk about something that's kind of fun today, about trusting experts to do what they do. In other words, surrender to their expertise. And that might sound a little bit, like, what does that have to do with being optimistic? But sometimes we resist anything that makes us feel like we're not in control. But really, control is some illusion. Nobody has control. And being able to allow yourself the possibility of being led by somebody who is greater than you is really an amazing thing to do, because it opens your eyes to new heights. And instead of saying, well, I surrender, which may have some connotation that makes you think of something like you're weak, it's not that. It's that you're upgrading to somebody else's amazing life of experience. Let me give you some examples. When I go to the salon, I remember when I was a teenager, I've always had, long blonde hair. And I remember getting like a little teeny tiny bit was some big stressful thing, like, oh, just don't cut, just don't cut. And how frustrating that must have been for the hair stylist to have a person who was so rigid and unwilling to allow them to do what they do best. And so many decades later, I have learned to absolutely not only surrender, but to upgrade my trust in my hairstylist. So I go in to see Jesse, and I can include his link. He's absolutely amazing. And he does something different with me every single time, and I never know what he's going to do or what kind of color he's going to add in my hair. But I just say, hey, you're the hair artist. And he has this little thing, if your hair isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to me. I love that. And I want to give another little example too. I went to this restaurant in Salt Lake. It's called The Garden, at the top of the big memorial building. And our server was just a doll. Oh my gosh, she was so funny. She was one of those kind of people that you have to really listen to what they're saying, because the face isn't smiling, but what they're saying is hilarious. And a little bit, like, you still need more time. Anyway, it was pretty funny. But I asked her, what do you recommend? I've never been here before. And she gave me some recommendations, and I took it. And what I had was absolutely nothing I would have chosen, but it was so delicious. And then when time for dessert came, I made a selection, and she came back and said it wasn't available. And so I just said I would trust her recommendation. And she was like, what? Oh, I don't know what to do with trust. I'm the 5th of 5 children. What do I do with this? And turns out what she picked for me was absolutely delicious too. And so I was able to experience something amazing that I, with my limited knowledge, would not have been able to select. Just like if I have people who come, like right now this week, there's some people visiting my parents, and they're doing the whole Southern California thing. And they've been to Disneyland, they're going to go to Hollywood, they're going to do the beach. And if somebody goes to Disneyland who hasn't been there before, allow me to give you some, great tips on the things that are really, really fun to see there. I have had lots of experience there, of course, having lived here and having had an annual pass for several years. And when my pass expired this year, I went into the customer service at California Adventure, and I just thought, how many times did I go and use my pass this year? 21. I used my pass 21 times this year. And Of course, I didn't stay all day long. I just went for a couple hours each time. But you can believe that, I know what's fun there. I know places to find something delicious to eat. I know, the really fun games. I just, ask an expert, somebody who has been where you would like to go. I also heard a quote about this weekend at a conference I went to, and it said, you need to ask somebody who has eaten more rice. And that was from a Chinese family thing, and that's what that means. Somebody who's eaten more rice, that means they've had more experience than you. Now, you have more experience than others in what you're great at, and somebody else has more experience than you do. And so don't be afraid to allow people to shine at what they do the best. Don't limit their creativity. Don't limit how they can expand your vision and give you something new and perhaps almost decidedly better than what you would have chosen. So that is my special message today for the 5 Awesome Optimists, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Diane.